Welcome all to the weekly outlook. We're in here from EWPRO. Starting with the DXY, we got, I'll just grab your pen. Nothing's changed. We got this extended wave Y and we're looking for an X2 and then a Z up. So nothing's changed on the daily. On the H4, we're looking for a correction. So we've got an A wave down, we're looking at a B, and then we get a C down, and then we'll look for the upside. So really, it'll probably take a couple of weeks in here to give you some sort of a correction before you can look for that downside. So it's going to be quite choppy for quite a while, for probably a couple of weeks. Yeah, so just be careful. AU on the daily. So we're looking at that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we got like an impulse up here to complete our 335 pattern complex correction. So we get an A, B, C in here. We lost all the bullish divergence. There's two scenarios here. We can either just go up and break the top. I don't think that's I'm not really looking at it that way, that we'll just go up from here and break that top. I'm more looking at a correction, so we get an A, some sort of a B wave, and then a C up, and then more downside. We go down to the H4. You can see that this is looking rather corrective. I'll just zoom in a bit. So we got the 5 down. We lost, oh no, we do have the bullish divergence, but this here is looking corrective. It's very choppy, it's very slow. So we were looking for that 50 fib retrace. We've got back to that 50 fib retrace now. I'll just remove that. So I'm looking for a sell setup. If we go down to the H1, I was looking for a little flat in here to sell, didn't get it, and it went up and broke the top. But I still am looking for, yeah, we got bull hidden here. We have a bullish hidden here now, so we can go up and break that top before we do come down. And if you get any bear setup like this, you know, look for the sell back down to the 50 fib of this move, and it may even just, you know, you could get out of half at the 50 fib and just hold the rest. It may go and break this low, like I'm looking for on the daily, because we don't have that bullish divergence. So yeah, on the EU daily, so nothing's changed. We got that WX extended wave Y. We're starting this X2 now, and we're looking for it to get price back, to get back up to that 38.2, and then we're looking for that Z down. On the H4, we already have an A wave up. We're looking for the B wave. So we don't know what sort of B wave we're going to get. This may be the B wave in here. So we get an A, B, and we get the C up from here. So you sort of can start looking for the buy, but you just have to be very careful. It's not a very large B wave. We like it to get back to that 50 fib retracement, you know, to give us a little bit better risk reward. If we quickly have a look on the H1, we got that bearish divergence in here. Then we got a lower low here, and then it's gone straight back up. So again, like I said, this can be a run, an expanding flat in here, and you get that A, B, C. You are sort of getting a setup here. If you do get a bullish setup, you can look for it, you know, and you'll be targeting that 38.2 retracement. GU on the daily. So we've got that WXY. We're looking for that X2 and then a Z down. We still haven't crossed on the MACD here yet. So we are still in this wave Y. H4, like I've mentioned many times, we've got that WXY, X2, Z down. We lost all the bullish divergence, so I'm just looking for a correction. And then another one down, breaking the low. Yeah. So it's going to be quite difficult to trade just at the present moment because we're in B waves. So, yeah, you have to be really careful. B waves can go on for quite some time. Looking at NU on the daily. So we got that A, B, C. We lost all our bullish divergence. This is looking more corrective in here as well. We got the bullish divergence in here. We've gone up and broken that top, so that's nice. We can look for buys, but we want to wait for their retracement. There was a nice bullish setup in here. It never went. It never went. So more than likely, we're going to get some sort of a correction. If we get some sort of a correction in here, then we can all look for that buy. At least for a C up, at least for an A, B, C up. It's too early to draw the fibs, but yeah, that's what we're looking at. UY on the daily. So we're still in this. We got this WXY. We're in an extended wave in the wave Y here as well. Like I've mentioned, we've got a WXY. We're looking for that X2 and then a Z up to complete that wave Y here on the H4. So we got that Z up, like I mentioned. We were looking for this Z up, and we've got that. It hadn't quite broken the top here yet, but it's getting very close. You know, and these are the targets here: the 123.6 and the 161.8 for you, the wave Z. This again, there's not really much you can do. Like, it's very risky buying up here. You're better off to wait until this is over. Whatever happens here, wait till it's over and look for yourself set up. And we'll be looking for a larger correction, you know. The Ftse on the daily. We got that, like, it's WXY. We got up to that, or ABC up to that. We got up to the 123.6. So more than likely, like I said, we'll get a correction in here and then another one up. And that's the way I'm still looking at it. More than likely, we'll get a bull hidden here. We've already got the bull hidden forming. So we're looking for a higher high. Hidden divergence is a continuation pattern. So we're looking for a correction in here and then another one up. Going down to the H4, we still, like, I've got a WXY, X2, and is looking for that Z up. I really would have liked to see it. The problem is with this bull hidden, it's not valid to trade yet. We sort of need a correction in here and another one down, and then we can look for the bull hidden to go and break that top. It hasn't quite price action hadn't quite completed that yet. So again, it becomes very risky. There is really no setup on it at this stage that I can trade. I need it to complete the structure before I can look for the setup. I don't really want to look for the sells either, you know, or else I'll be going against the high trend. I'm sort of looking for an A, whatever happens in here as a B, and then a C down, and then give us that buy setup. So, you know, again, I'm pretty much on the sidelines. UCAD on the daily. We got this now. So we got this like A, B, and we got the C up. This was very difficult, you know, in here. It's been very difficult to trade. More than likely, so we don't have the bull hidden here yet. It's very difficult. You can really only look for the buys, but until this low here is broken, you can really only look for the sells until this low here is broken. Sorry. So we got that like WXY up in here, or X2 and Z up. Sorry. So we got the 5 up in here. We got WXY, X2 and a Z up. Then we got 3 down in here. So we're sort of looking for a buy setup. It hasn't given the buy setup yet though. If we looked at the H1, I'm looking for the buy. But again, really need to wait for the setup. There is no setup to buy, and it's very risky to sell too. You know, it's getting extremely risky to sell. You're better off just to sit on the sideline and wait for the structure to be complete, and then look for your trade. Looking at GY on the daily. So we're looking at this. Nothing's changed on this one, and it's actually going quite well. We're looking at that WXY, X2 and a Z up. It looks like we're getting that Z up. You know, it did come a little bit too far. So this is more than likely some sort of an ending sort of a structure here. Because we've got a very deep correction coming into wave 2 or wave X1. Excuse me. So we got like a W in here, an X2, an X, and we're in that wave Y. This can keep on going. So any sort of buy setup you get on the H1, you can look for the buys on this. Did we get across there? Yeah, we did get across there. You may get like one down in here and then a buy setup for a flat here. You know, other than that, again, I didn't realize we had that little cross there. So we already have the bearish divergence. So it is, you have to really wait for a really nice setup before you jump into any sort of a trade on this. EG's been really difficult as well. It's extremely choppy, extremely hard to trade. It's been giving very deep pullbacks. But if we have a look at the daily, we're looking at that WXY. Oh, sorry. So we're looking at that WXY, X2 and a very choppy Z down. Or we're looking at this like A, B, A. This is a B, and we get that C up for the A, B, C. up to this 100 fib, and then we get another one down. More than likely, that's what we're going to get, because if you have a look at this wave here, you can see it's extremely choppy as well. And this here is extremely choppy, you know, extremely difficult to trade. If you have a look on the H4, you can see how this isn't looking corrective. This isn't looking motive at all. You know, you can see how choppy this is. You know, extremely choppy. So more than likely, we'll get a little flat in here, and we'll get this one up in here. So we get an A, B, C. So we get a little flat in here. Then you get an A, B, C. Then you get the A, B, C. And then you get an A, B, C. So that's all I can really look at. It's, if you're trading this, you're only scalping. There is no clear direction. As you can see on the H4, it's extremely choppy, extremely difficult to trade. Looking at gold, so there's a couple of scenarios here. I was looking for that, like an A, B, C. We got this 3 down in here, like I've mentioned. We got the 3 down in here. So I was sort of putting these two pieces together to look for an A, B, C. It's still not out of the question, but I do believe I got. Yeah, see, I was looking for. We had a nice correction in here on the H4, so I was looking for an A, B, C up to this 100 fib. It's come back down under this trend line. I mean, the wave C up has completed, because we have broken the top here, but it wasn't the nicest. You know, you virtually had to take half off at the top and then, you know, move to break even. So if you were in this, it would have been break even, but still disappointing when they don't go. Now it's more bearish, you know, because we have the bearish divergence. So we have an A, B, C here on the H4. So, you know, you could look for the sell. If we get down onto the H1, you know, if you get a sell set up, you could look for the sell. If you get a little bearish flag in here or a correction, you know, you could look for the sell. Yeah, that's all you could really do. Unfortunately, it's come right back. Excuse me. WTI. So I was sort of looking for an A, B, C. So we get an A, B, C in here, and then we get an A, B, C to complete this B wave, and then we get the A, B, C. So that's the structure I'm looking at the daily time frame with what price action we have. This looks to be taking off. Like I've mentioned, you know, also, you know, this can be a contracting flat, like I've mentioned. So we just get an A, B, oh, sorry. So we get that like A, some sort of a B and a C in here, and then we get the A, B, C for that contracting flat. And this is looking rather impulsive to go and break that top. Very difficult, because it didn't give us a nice correction in here. So why I'm sort of starting to look at it, even if this top does get broken, this is still a B wave. all this is a B, and we still get that C down for a running or expanding flat. Yeah. You can see I was looking for a sell. Looking for a sell on this little setup here. It never, again, this never quite hit me target here at that 100 fib. I was looking for an A, B, C, back to this 100 fib, and then look for the buy for an A, B, C. Again, unless you're already in the buy, you know, you're better off to stay out of it. I mean, you know, we're going to get a lot of bearish divergence. So, you know, if you do get a little bullish flag, you can look for a buy. You're just scalping though, and you got to be in and out, take your profit. Looking at Bitcoin on the daily. So we're looking at that A, B, C. Bounced clean off the 100 fib here, but it never went. Instead, we got an A. We're getting an A, B, C in here. Now, is this wave over? No, I don't believe it is. When we look at the H4, still looking for another one down. So I'll put this trading view idea out. I was looking for an A, B, and we got that. We started to get that C up. It never got to the 100 fib. And before it fell over. So, but it's still corrective. So we still are looking for this Z down. So you can look for a sell. Again, this is I was looking at this here for yourself setup. So ideally you would have been in this trade up here somewhere. We have broken the low and we already have bullish divergence. Excuse me. So it's very difficult again. Ideally this would have come down and broken that low and then given the correction after the break of the trend line. It hasn't done that, so it makes it even more of a risk to trade. Doesn't mean that you can't trade it, but it makes it a more of a risk. So the way we can look at this is like an A, get a B in here and a C, and then you get that A, B, C for your correction, either running or expanding flat, and then you get that A, B, C, or WXY and go and break the bottom for the wave Z on the H4. You know, you may get that motive structure. S&P 500 on the daily. So we got that WXY. We're looking for this X2 and a Z down. On the H4, starting to get a correction. So again, like AU, you know, this can take a couple of weeks to give you the structure, the B wave, because we're in a B wave. We got a nice impulse up, giving us a higher high. So we're waiting for a correction, and then we'll be looking for a C up. Back to this 50 fib. If I just remove that. Oh, I think there was a yeah, there was a trade on this on the H1 actually, so I'll just go down. But we are looking for a retracement back to, you know, at least the 50 fib. If I go to the H1, as you can see, I was looking for that. I got in here somewhere, and it started to go and then come back and took me out. But So we got that W, X, Y, X2, and we're looking for that Z up. It never broke the top. So this may turn into a larger correction, like what's showing on the H4, you know, sort of. It's very difficult because we got an A, B. You can look at that A, B, C as complete. Yeah, it's pretty hard to determine what structure we're going to get now. It's too early to really give, because we don't have any bearish divergence. So it's difficult to sell, and it's difficult to buy as well, because we got to wait for whatever we got to identify a structure in here, and there is no real structure in here complete yet. So yeah, just all you can really do is just stay out of it until you find a structure and then a setup to buy or sell. This is what I'll be looking at this week. This one has a nice structure on it. So this is the AU 200. So we got that A, B, C. Again, the C wave never come down to the 100 pip. So we can only look at it as a contracting flat at this stage, which is, you know, we don't know if it's a complete structure. When you have a contracting flat, you never know if it's a complete structure or not. But that's what we have, you know, at this stage. We just have that, like a possible contracting flat. On the H4, and this is what I'm looking to trade, you can see what I'm looking to trade. Got an A, B, C in the B wave, and then we're looking for that A, B, C. We are getting a bullish flag. It's more of a correction now. Well, on the H1, we're getting a correction. So if you get a buy set up on this, you know, if you get a break out of here, a little flag, you can look for the buy. Yeah, that's what I'll be looking at this week, this one here. Next week, sorry. And looking at the DAX on the daily. So nothing's really changed. We've got that W, very deep pullback in X, and then we've got the wave Y. And we were just looking for an X2, but this turned out way too large. So we're looking at you know, just the WXY and then a larger correction. So we're looking for an A, B, C, like I've mentioned. We're still looking for more upside, obviously. You know, at least to go and break this top. H4, we don't have any bearish divergence yet. If I just get the trend line. So we don't really have, we had a contracting flat in here, which is very difficult, you know. But on the H1 we have bearish divergence. So we sort of have 5 up here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with bearish divergence. So really you can only really look to sell this at this stage. And you'll only be aiming for the 50 fib of this move here, so around here somewhere. So if you do get a sell set up, you know, you could look for the sell down to the 50 fib, and then you'd be looking for the buy again. Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult. You know, AU 200 is the one I'm looking at. You know, got a nice structure, and there's a trade set up possibly that can happen on that one. Looking at the Ftse on the daily, so again, nothing's changed on the daily. We're looking at an A, B, C in the B wave, and then we'll get another one down for a running or expanding flat before we get another one up. Again, very risky to trade, but this one here, we can sort of start looking at a structure here as an A, B, and we'll get a C down for a running or expanding flat, and then you look for that A, B, C. Yeah, sort of getting a sell set up here, for this, because this does look quite choppy, and this was quite impulsive. So we're looking for impulse down. So you definitely could start to look for a sell set up in there, and then it's just a scalp, just down to the 100 fib, and again, it may not get to the 100 fib. So, it's a scalp. So you're taking your profit as soon as you see it turn. If it doesn't get to that 100 fib, if price comes down here, it doesn't get to that 100 fib and starts to turn, well, you get out of this trade, take your profit, because it's just a scalp down. But your ideal target is that 100 fib. So yeah, I hope this weekly outlook helped you out. If it did, hit the thumbs up. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you out there next week.